they've reported on stuff when they've not been here, so I bet they just watch it. So I think one of those 6 is the paper. Because I've thought about that before, like they'll report.
You would stand, we'll say the pledge to open our meeting.
We must be one of those watching.
Yeah, they call me on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Call to order the Spencer Town Council meeting for July 20th, 2026. It would be shown that all 3 council members, the clerk, our assistant, Tony from the street, Chief Sips from the police, and Ryan's here from the sewer plant, plus all of our distinguished guests. Thank you very much. First order of business is approval of minutes from previous meeting.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, approval of claims.
Do we have that?
You didn't have a copy of them. Did I send you a packet?
Yes, and they were in there. I have them.
Okay, so you have them there.
Yeah, I got them right there.
I'm sorry, I thought you were looking.
Camping.
And I could make
All
that
of them
motion.
all, I know.
Oh, that,
I beat him the whole thing, so he has it instead of me passing it down.
excuse me.
Unless there's anything new that wasn't.
No.
No green sheet this week.
I'd make a motion, we accept the claims.
Second.
There was nothing really unusual, it was just typical.
Yeah, just the usual.
All right.
I didn't even have a question this time.
There you go. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
We can start with them.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if you want to pick that up, then I might as well get. Here you go.
All right, public issue.
The Nature Conservancy in Indiana is proud to steward some of the most beautiful natural areas in our state. We seek to learn about the people who were connected to this land before our time. Greens Bluff and Boone Cave are part of the traditional lands of the Kaskaskia, Miami, Peoria, Lenape, and Wea nations. The biodiversity of this land is the legacy of countless generations of care by these nations before us. Their descendants continue to care for the land in the Midwest and beyond. At Greens Bluff Nature Preserve, the location of Boone Cave, a portion of the preserve near the cave was once owned by Zilpha and Bradford Boone, both members of a thriving black community living in Owen County in the mid-1800s. They were also part of the slave-holding family of Daniel and Elizabeth Boone. We wish to share this untold and important contribution of black landowners at Greens Bluff. This is Boone Cave in Spencer, Indiana, named after Daniel and Elizabeth Boone, who purchased the property in 1837. There are 2 legends associated with Boone Cave. One is that the cave was part of the Underground Railroad as a temporary hiding place for the enslaved people fleeing to gain access to freedom. The second legend is the cave was used as a temporary location to hide captured slaves being returned to slavery under the Fugitive Slave Act of 1851. Either legend has the possibility of being true. Indiana residents did in fact participate in the Underground Railroad, and Indiana became one of the main thoroughfares for the Underground Railroad. This makes it plausible that one or both things may have happened. Far back inside Boone Cave is a good-sized space that, according to some cave explorer maps, is called the Slave Room. Here there are signatures and dates on the walls. Was this cave used according to legend? Which of these legends holds credence? How can the folklore be proved or disproved? Caves are interesting because they are different from other places. Boone Cave is an aquatic cave and has water running through it most of the year. It is home to many interesting creatures who depend on the steady flow of water running through it, such as blind fish, cave salamanders, spiders, and other types of fish and cave crickets, just to name a few. Boone Cave has a constant temperature all year round, which is cool in the summer and warm in the winter. It has plenty of water and is cut off from whatever is going on outside, even daylight. In the 17 and 1800s, caves were attractive to indigenous peoples and frontiersmen since it offered a refuge from enemies and the swings of weather in the Midwest. How did Daniel Boone and his combined family come to live in Greens Bluff?
Our story begins in Pennsylvania in the Quaker family of Squire Boone, who had 11 children who were all educated to be explorers, hunters, fishermen, and farmers. In the early 1700s, these were necessary skills to survive. Daniel and his younger brother Squire Boone Jr. both went on to become legendary frontiersmen and pioneer folk heroes in America. They blazed a wilderness road through the Cumberland Gap that opened up the western territories of Kentucky, Tennessee, and beyond. Along the paths of their exploration, they created settlements that grew into villages and still bear their names, such as Boonesboro, Kentucky. Daniel and Squire Boone recognized the Native Americans they encountered on their journey as fellow users of the land and resources. Occasionally, they recruited a scout from the tribes they encountered along the way. The Daniel in our story was the son of Squire Boone Jr., who was born in North Carolina. Daniel dropped the E at the end of his name so that any territory he claimed was credited to him instead of other prolific Boones in his family. Because life was so hard in the frontier, major landowners like the Boones had enslaved people help do most of the work necessary. And so did Daniel and Elizabeth. These enslaved people were considered property of their owners, but depending on the owner's perspective, these people were also considered part of the family with specific roles and responsibilities, such as farming, cooking, housekeeping, or childcare, to name a few. While living at their homestead in North Carolina, Daniel married Elizabeth and had a girl named Nancy, prompting the addition to the family of enslaved persons to be her nanny. This 27-year-old enslaved person was Zilpha. It was accepted practice for enslaved people to take on the surname of their masters, and when Daniel and Elizabeth decided to head west, they all moved from North Carolina to Kentucky in 1810. Because Daniel had heard many stories from his father, Squire Boone Jr., about the land he found in Kentucky, as he and his brothers were blazing the wilderness road, it seemed only natural that he and his family moved to this new promised land. This was a long, hard journey by horse-drawn wagon, taking months and many stops to replenish supplies. They had to take all of their belongings with them. This included shovels, picks, axes, cooking utilities, water jugs, bedding, and even livestock, besides the horses. There were no highways, only Indian trails that often barely allowed for a horse and wagon. Eventually, they ended up in Wayne County, Kentucky, where Uncles Jesse and Israel Boone were already residing. Both families grew during this time in Kentucky. Daniel and Elizabeth Boone's family added Jesse, while Zilpha married William, and their family grew to 6. Zilpha and William plus Bradford, Perry, London, and Mary Ann, making a total of 10 people immigrating into the Midwest.
Traveling with enslaved people during this time was made especially difficult in the years prior to the Civil War. For instance, Indiana and Kentucky took sides as to whether or not they were going to be a free or a slave state. If you were of African descent and not accompanied by a white family, you would be forced to pay a fine just to pass through the state. To help delineate state boundaries, the Mason-Dixon line was created. South of this line were people who wanted to preserve slavery, and north of which were people who wished to abolish slavery and were known as abolitionists. In 1842, there was pressure building to abolish slavery in the North. The number of abolitionists were growing, as were the pro-slavery people in the South.
The extended Boone family had an extensive network of communication along all family members and fellow frontiersmen and trappers. Squire Boone Jr. had been helping his brother Daniel fight in the French and Indian War in Indiana and was settled in Mockport, Indiana on the Ohio River, where one of the first ferries was located. Squire Boone Jr. died in 1815, just 1 year before Indiana was affirmed to be a state. Squire had requested that he be buried in a cave that he had discovered there, now called Squire Boone Caverns.
After being affirmed a state, the Bureau of Land Management in Indiana offered inexpensive tracts of land to any who staked a claim.
In 1837, Daniel left Elizabeth and Zilpha in Monticello, Kentucky, and traveled north into the free state of Indiana to explore some of the land where his whole mixed family of 10 people could thrive. He traveled north, crossing the Ohio River, then followed the Buffalo Trail for a while till he got to Spencer, Indiana, just south of the 10 o'clock treaty line. While in Indiana, he met Christopher Kissinger Hatchett, who had just received a land grant tract as a wedding gift and was willing to transfer that tract to Daniel. Being a frontiersman and explorer himself, Daniel knew what to look for in land that had the necessary resources for farming, water supply, timber, and access. He was impressed with this new land south of the town of Spencer, where there were large stands of forest, high sandstone bluffs, and many streams. This tract of land was in Clay Township and included Boone Cave. In 1843, he and his whole family, including Zilpha's, loaded up the wagons in Kentucky and moved across the Mason-Dixon line into Indiana. They originally homesteaded 40 acres on the original land grant property. Upon arriving at his new property, Daniel Boone gave freedom to Zilpha and her 4 adult children. This was possible because Indiana was affirmed a free state as declared by the Constitution. However, the legislature of each state often had different views of slavery from that of federal laws.
And by 1851, no blacks or mulattoes were permitted to even enter Indiana and or settle there. This was a response to the increased traffic of blacks using the Underground Railroad in Indiana to get to Canada.
During this uncertain time, the Boone families were nestled in a supportive environment on their farm, and then Daniel added another plot of land adjacent to this land, which was more suitable for farming. Daniel, Elizabeth, and Zilpha continued to develop the property they had purchased and formed positive relationships in the Spencer community. As promised, Daniel and Elizabeth deeded property to Zilpha and Bradford with the assumption that they would take care of them when they became old. Bradford married Bathsheba, and after Daniel's death in 1848, he continued farming the homestead he and Zilpha now owned. Upon becoming financially stable, both Zilpha's and Bradford's family moved to Spencer. Zilpha continued to be a washerwoman and mammy for several families there. While Bradford and Zilpha both became landowners in the southern part of Spencer, just north of the AME Church, which was the heart of the black community down by the river. One of those houses Zilpha lived in is still standing in Spencer. And Spencer also harbored a rare Negro cemetery called Walden Cemetery. Next to the church was a colored school which was funded by both the city of Spencer and also by a special fund donated by John Seacrest that paid for all the school's books needed by any black student. And that fund is still in effect today. Zilpha was instrumental in providing land around the church so that it can grow and its congregation could also thrive. As such, they became beloved members of the Spencer community, with Zilpha living to the ripe old age of 106. There is a small cemetery, the Heading Cemetery, on the western edge of the original Boone property where Zilpha and her family are buried.
The stories of the famous Daniel Boone, his brother Squire, and of their extended family Daniel, Zilpha, and Bradford Boone have helped to unveil the hidden histories of the Greens Bluff area. Beginning with the indigenous nations, followed by frontiersmen, and then settlers, this land was cared for by many people who were good stewards of the forest, the animals, the rivers, and streams. It was their life and their survival depended on it. It is now your turn to explore this area and experience the natural beauty here just as Daniel, Elizabeth, and Zilpha did. Walk among the eastern hemlocks, rocky bluffs, and Raccoon Creek that is fed by water flowing from Boone Cave. Standing at the mouth of Boone Cave, you can decide for yourself if the legends are true about how it was used prior to the Civil War and how it became a significant landmark in the development of Indiana.
That's beautiful.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Who did all the filming? Who did all of the filming of that?
My partner and
Oh
I.
my gosh.
Well, you guys done a great job, yeah.
We were hired by Green Bluff Land
Okay,
Preservation and Indiana Landmarks.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry for having my back to you guys.
We're used to it.
Wow.
They treat you bad, huh? Well, my name is Elizabeth Mitchell, and I'm a historian of African American culture and experience in Monroe County. Good evening, members of the Town Council, honored guests, community members, and descendants of those that rest in the Waldron Wilson Cemetery. I stand before you today with respect, humility, and a deep sense of responsibility. I am here to speak on behalf of a place that may be quiet, but whose importance should never be forgotten, the Waldron Wilson Cemetery in Owen County. This cemetery is more than a piece of ground. It is a sacred resting place. It is a record of lives lived, families formed, hardships endured, and contributions made to the history of this area. Those buried there were part of the foundation of this community, and they deserve to be remembered with dignity. Unfortunately, over time, the Waldron Wilson Cemetery has been neglected. When a cemetery is neglected, the memory of the people buried there is also placed at risk. Headstones, names, family histories can fade away from the public awareness. But neglect does not have to be the final chapter. With care, recognition, and action, we can restore honor to this historic site. A new sign is now available and ready to be erected. This sign is a meaningful step toward acknowledging the cemetery's history and ensuring that the public can identify it, respect it, and understand that it matters. A sign may seem simple, but in this case, it represents recognition, remembrance, and a renewed commitment. Therefore, I am respectfully requesting that the Town Council support the installation of this new sign. Can we show it to them, babe? And help arrange an unveiling ceremony. Such a ceremony would provide an opportunity to bring together dignitaries, neighborhood residents, and the broader community. And of course, the descendants of those buried in the cemetery, one being right here, Mrs. Vivian Bridgewater. It may be a moment of public respect, shared remembrance, and community healing. An unveiling ceremony would also send an important message that the resting place place deserves dignity, every life deserves remembrance, and every part of this local history deserves care. By installing this sign, the town council would help preserve a piece of Owen County's history for the present and for future generations. I ask that this request be considered not only as a matter of, for the signage, but as a matter of honor. This site, this cemetery, is historically notable for being the resting place of Civil War veterans who served in the United States Colored Infantry and the United States Colored Troops. It is one of the few historically documented African-American burial grounds in the county, containing possibly 11 visible headstones. The rest have been disintegrated or been knocked over due to riding lawnmowers. Let's take this step together to recognize the Waldron Wilson Cemetery and to welcome the descendants and community members into this act of remembrance, and to show our community, this community, that they value the people and the stories of those who came before us. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and your commitment to preserving the dignity of our shared history. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Very nice. So we have a motion to support.
Oh, absolutely.
Where is that cemetery?
Is that by up by
Out
Lorenzo's?
on Hillcrest across from the church.
That's what that was.
And I kept hearing hillside, that's why I got
Yeah, yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
There is
That's
an old sign now, you can barely read it.
Okay.
That was put up there years ago. I talked to Jason Kenny
Uh-huh,
today.
yeah.
And he made a copy, he was wanting to redo the original sign, it's all rusted out, you can't see it. But it explains the history, the guy who owned all that farmland and having a will, leaving it for his colored friends. So this is the first step, and Jason would like to have that sign done over and
Okay.
put up there. And I told him if we're able to do it, I'll pay for it.
And
I'm
you-
not from here, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, that doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't.
No, it does
matter.
not.
And that
And
cave
her
is in
grandparents-
Clay Township?
Yes.
Down Greensboro.
That is
yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
You know, I've never been down there.
That is so beautiful.
I've lived here all my life, I've never been to
Pictures
Greensboro.
were
I'll have to go
Well,
now.
Vivian Bridgewater, her grandparents.
My
she came over
great-grandmother
here.
and my great-grandfather are both buried there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she used to come over here as a child. So.
Okay, all right. Well, that was really nice. Yeah, anytime I have a speaking engagement, would you go on my place? She's got a great
creative.
voice, hasn't
Yeah.
she?
And
Yeah.
I invite all of you to come see a play. I put plays on stage. So the first weekend of October, we're doing one about segregated schools in the
Where,
community of
where,
Monroe County.
where's, oh,
In
in
Bloomington.
County.
In Bloomington,
Oh, in Bloomington.
October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Waldron Arts Center downtown.
Yep, know right where it's at.
You know, right where
It's
that
in,
parking is free on Sunday if you come Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
If you send me these things, I'll get them out maybe on our
Please,
website.
yes, we'll put them on our
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Great.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I get your email
Okay.
address again. I'll happily do that.
Is anything planned yet as far as putting this up? And
I didn't hear you. I forgot my hearing aids. I
Who's
can't hear
going
it.
to, what, do you have a date set for doing that yet?
I would like to have this done in October. It's so hot.
Okay.
And I'm not young like that man over there.
There you go. That's Saturday.
Like a Saturday afternoon in October after the play, mid-October. That would be cool
Be
enough.
awesome.
And it's beautiful.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And you wanted someone to supply the post and
Yeah.
do the mounting, so
Yeah.
maybe.
We
this
can
is-
make that, we
Have a
can make
metal
that
post
happen.
yeah,
We
and
can make
attach
that
it
happen.
to it.
Yeah.
And that'll give enough time to invite, I tell you who's interested, Trent Deckard. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Okay.
There are a lot of dignitaries that would like to see this done.
Well, we'll get
Shelley
the word
Yoder,
out too.
Andre Clark, so that'll give us time
Oh,
to,
oh, sure. yeah.
And all of you all, and,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
and the
Check with that.
community and the neighbors out there know, and they're interested, so, like Lorenz,
Yeah,
Nancy,
Richard,
and
yeah,
her
yeah,
husband,
okay.
he's not well, but maybe that'll give him time
Hard to heal, yeah.
to be well enough
Okay.
to come out and see this.
Well, I would make the motion to completely support the placement of the sign at the cemetery.
I'll second that.
And we have a
If you
second.
do anything, then all that we can
And
help
make that happen, we're gonna make it happen.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Love it, love it. Thank you
All in
so
favor?
much.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right. Thank you, ladies, very much. It's a beautiful sign. You did a really good job. I've been in your shoes before. I know what it feels like.
Yeah,
Could
well,
someone
thank you
email me
so
the
much.
link to that video?
Yes.
Okay,
yes. I
thank
think
you.
I did
I,
once.
yeah, you did,
I said,
she
"Mail
did.
it all three
I'll
Okay.
forward it back to you.
Well, if I already have
It
it.
was like
then-
a week.
I remember
ago.
reading the email about the
Yeah.
sign, but I didn't remember seeing
I
the
can
video
resend it
before.
if you
No.
don't have it.
I don't
It's
mind
a
showing that to my
beautiful-
students, yeah.
Yes.
See, you guys are like me. There's so many beautiful things around where you live. You never go there until company comes.
Yeah.
And
That's
then you
right.
take them out to show them stuff,
That's
right?
true.
But unless company comes, we don't even know
That's
it's there.
true.
You don't go.
Is it accessible by the public? Or is that
Readers
on-
Club?
Well,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we contacted a gentleman, well, the nature preserve folks, so that we could get close to it, but it was still quite a trek. And Bob and I spent one full day, I thought we were gonna be there for a couple hours inside the cave, I'd never been in one, not going again. And so, we missed having lunch, which was why I came over here. But it was a great experience, and to hear about the cave, and especially the people that came over here, and just the knowledge, learning about the connection with this county, at one time had the second highest black population in the state of Indiana.
I did not know that.
Marion was number one, and this was number two, and a lot of the people, the descendants, are in Bloomington now.
What years were that? Do you know? Off the
That
top of
was
your
in
head?
the 1800s.
37.
Yeah, Boone came here in 1837 and brought her with, and her descendants, Zalpa, are in Terre Haute.
Oh,
Okay.
And then some are in.
And my great-grandmother came here from Orange County, from the Lick Creek settlement.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Thomas family.
Uh-huh.
So it's interesting to learn how Indiana was saving folk. We have 92 counties, and all but 4 had black communities, and some had multiple black communities. And there's a connection with all of them, because like we were talking about, you had to go somewhere to find a wife. You couldn't marry a cousin.
Sure.
So we went to the next community.
Sure.
And then, then they came up here because people of this county, of this area, welcomed them. And so we couldn't find evidence of either of the stories. That's why we talked about both of them.
Yeah. Just don't know, but
Just don't.
that's an interesting concept, really is. That's great.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Yep, we'll
We
leave you
will-
to
We
it.
look forward.
We look forward to seeing you in October. We'll get everything
I will
prepared.
talk to you
Yes,
and we can
yes.
set up something
Yes,
and,
set up a plan on
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
need.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Hey,
Thanks
it's
for
all
coming.
right. Glad to have you come back
Continue to get the
sometime.
word out to you guys
Yeah.
too.
Done a great job on the
Business
video.
cards.
And we
Okay.
got another version of that, so I'll send you the URL for that.
Okay,
Great.
all right.
Yeah, we cleaned it up a little bit after that. It's,
Yes.
but now we're finally done.
I've lost a lot of good hats. Oh, yeah. Take care.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Interesting.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. The name of the game is to stay cool.
There it is. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
so much.
Okay,
No, I didn't see it. Okay.
our 270 West Market update. I got some information for you.
Okay. I know that there's a procedure, and I don't think,
No,
but we have to go through that procedure, but we're closer than we think if we continue on with it.
I got to talk to somebody.
You did?
Yes, I
What'd they
did.
say?
They was in Monroe, Louisiana.
Are they gonna continue to pay the taxes?
Well, that's something I'll find out by the end of the week.
This was a quote that Freeman,
Okay.
Freeman?
Fry.
Fry, sorry. I know it was,
Well, I sent Tiffany all new pictures today. I went down there.
Oh, okay.
Took everything. It is a mess.
yes. It's detrimental. I mean, it's worse than a
Yeah,
mess.
yeah,
We
well,
should
it's
have
full
had-
of
we should have had it
cats
a
and
long time ago.
raccoons and
Yes.
everything in
So
it.
we have to move forward on that.
Yeah, and anyway, I said, yeah, I think we just move forward without regardless.
Yeah. And, okay.
But I sent a letter to Monroe, Louisiana, And I've also tracked down the guy that's actually on the Olin GIS. I'm going to Indianapolis Wednesday, so I'm going past there.
Okay,
Come to find out, he's got 25 LLCs listed at that address.
wow. So that's all he does, is for out of
Yeah,
town.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you got an idea what's
There
going
probably
on.
is nobody there.
Probably.
That's just the mailbox.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look anyway. But
Okay, so I'm glad everybody's
We're
on board.
moving- we're
We have
moving
to,
forward.
because I'm telling you, the woman that called, she was crying. She was so
Yeah.
desperate to get
Yes.
that cleaned up. And
Yes.
it's been, about how many years?
Okay.
5 years, maybe. That's
I,
crazy.
you had
And
talked about
burned,
before,
yeah.
yeah.
okay.
So, one of the things, that's the only bid we got, or the only quote. And
Okay.
if it's under $50,000, I don't think we have to put it out to bids. It's only
Okay.
for jobs greater than, but that's something that Richard will have to tell us
Yeah,
how to.
look
Yeah.
over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So we don't have
Okay.
to vote on it, just as long as we're moving forward, and thank you for getting a hold and
That's not a
talking,
problem.
keeping it
That's not a
alive.
problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, hey, well, I
Yeah.
thought, I had time this morning because the guy was working down at school, and I
I
thought,
think
I'm just gonna go
it's
over
reasonable,
there
actually.
and get some new pictures
You
and
what?
stuff.
I think this is reasonable.
Yeah, yeah, I do too.
Anyway, let's see, I was gonna say.
As long as we can do it legally, you know, so
Yes,
if
we-
Richard
yeah.
signs off on
And
it,
there's a timeline,
Go.
we have to wait until we
Yeah.
post something, that's
Yeah,
fine, but
yeah.
that's what we need to.
we don't need
keep
stuff like
going
that
on.
sitting
Yeah, that
around.
was my question. How many ways have we tried to contact them? Has there been anything posted in the
Richard's
newspaper?
been doing it, and.
A lot.
There's
I don't know the number,
But you
but
know
it's.
what, they pay the taxes,
Mm-hmm.
and they mail the tax bill to that address.
Yes,
So,
somebody's picking the mail up.
so if they still want it, we could still do this and put a lien on it, and so we
Yes.
do get paid back. And Richard said you'll never get the, well, if they pay the liens and the taxes, we will, if not, we have to get it done anyway.
So, anyway, that's what I found out today, so I've done a little research.
Good, thank
So I'm
you.
gonna do a little
Mhm.
more.
Just keep it alive, that's
Yeah,
all it's.
keeping it going. And then you had here the people's.
Yes, this just came today, and, it needs a signature by you. This is another one that's kind of in between. But
Yeah.
the loan is still in our name, even though we transferred the property to redevelopment.
Yeah,
But we'll go ahead and extend this,
okay,
and then we need to follow up on what we're doing about that, and not just keep dragging it on.
the, realtors.
Yes,
So I told Richard, I talked to him last week, and I said, I don't care who we use,
right.
it doesn't make any difference, as long as we can
Get
get
it out
three.
there, yeah.
Yeah, they can get it done.
Yeah.
Because.
We, at the meeting, the redevelopment meeting, there was a realtor there who was
Oh,
interested
that's
as
right.
well.
It was the
So
one
Yeah.
that called
I
me.
think there is
There's some interest.
interest.
Yeah,
yeah.
because what is, Scooter's Coffee Shop or something like that?
That might have been a different one.
That's not,
He
a-
did not reveal at the meeting who he represented.
Yeah, so I think there are at least two parties interested,
Okay.
so.
and so, okay, so this is just half of the property, so I keep thinking we
Yeah.
had $690,000 in it, but we only had half of that
Okay.
in that
Right.
piece of property.
Okay.
Oh, here, you gave us one.
Yeah. So we have been extending it without an agreement. He said he would make it
Well,
official
yeah,
and
well,
send it to
okay.
me.
Yeah,
That's how
that's-
come we're looking at this now. But last, probably
So are we looking for a
6
motion
months.
on this one then,
to,
to
yes,
extend the agreement?
I think
yes.
so.
Okay, I'll make the motion to extend the agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You just sign that, and that's all I need to get back to him. Since you are the president of the redevelopment,
Right.
should these interest payments should, and I'm asking John as well,
Mhm.
interest payments start coming out of the redevelopment, or should we continue to pay when they get the money? The money goes to the bank,
Okay.
whatever we get, but are they responsible for the interest from now on since they own the property? I'm gonna say yes, but I'll ask Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
I mean,
think
it's
so.
all kind of,
Yeah, I don't want them later on.
Yeah.
try
but
to
we
shop
don't want to
the
get our
budget around.
accounts,
Yeah, I'll ask
and then
Laura.
you have to make
But
unnecessary
I just thought I'd
transfers.
mention it to you.
Also, so Bobby, so you know, I did talk to Steve Agamo today, and he's gonna
Okay,
be,
good.
we're starting at Tim Woods this week.
Okay,
And so they'll start the sidewalks, and Anita sent me the other two.
yes,
that I haven't been to, but I will this week.
That's okay. I
Yeah,
think a
so-
couple of them that had,
Yeah.
Bob was one of them, Bob,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
a couple others were asking when, so I just wanted to see
So
where we
anyway,
were on it.
that's a little update. Yes, sir.
No, I
Having
said,
all the stumps removed next week,
That's
so
fine.
it's gonna work out okay.
Yeah?
oh,
Good. Okay.
yes, go ahead and do that. I don't know why.
All right.
I don't know, acknowledge this,
Okay.
John stands, there's two more. Okay, go ahead, yeah. I didn't even look to see who it was.
All right then. If there's no other public
Supposed to-
issues,
Usually
we
don't
may,
have 4 Ds, you
Chief?
have- but that's good.
Good evening. You've got a huge list here tonight. I'm gonna ask for group participation on this, because I'm gonna need some numbers, because I got here a little late. First off, with personnel tonight, we're going along good. Our application process is gonna be ending next week. We're getting some good applicants in. I think we're gonna be pleased. I think that we're gonna, once we get the applications in, we've already started going through the ones that we received. And so to make the process a little shorter, we have sent out quite a few, and we are getting a lot of applications in, which is good. Also, okay, so there's that, on to operations. The TLO program that we were talking about, that was such a huge deal at $900 that we approved, or that you all approved for us. In the meantime, it had went up. It is $12.60 now, so I want to revisit that. It's still, I mean, it's a good program. It's still a good program, and I think it's still worth the money. However, that will be an additional $360. So I just want to check with you guys first.
So you approved it for
Yeah.
$900.
I approved it for
yeah.
$900,
Yeah.
and it's $12.60, so I'm asking for approval for the extra $360.
And for a penny, and for half,
Do
sure,
it
yeah.
quickly, though.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Well,
Yes.
before
Yeah, who
we
knows what it'll be
try
next
to
time.
raise it again.
I'll make the motion to approve the additional
I don't know what-
$300-some.
$60.
Yeah.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Yeah, I don't know where that disconnect was. I don't know if it was just no price they gave us, some old number we had. That's what,
Okay.
something happened. On to training, equipment. We did get, Officer Richardson's truck back out of maintenance. It's good to go, back out on the road. However, the truck he was driving, the old 2013 truck, our old pickup, which we were gonna surplus next year anyway, probably, has got some engine problems that have just arisen like 2 days before he got his back. So we weren't really out anything. I mean, might be on the truck, but we're gonna look into that, send that to maintenance, see what the exact problem is on it. And I will have a report on that next meeting. So that's equipment. Oh, also, on facilities, this is where I'm asking for group participation. The keys, the rekeying of the locks, we're not really gonna have to rekey locks. We can just change the core of the lock to fit where we want it to fit. What was that I brought up to you, 29, do you remember that? What that, was that $29.80 or something like that? So it's gonna cost us $29.80, which is great. So, and the doorway was approved. I talked to them about the doorway. They said, once they get the stuff in that they need, they will contact us. They said, looking around September timeframe.
Okay, good.
So there's that. What else for the facilities? I think that was it for the facilities. Training, we got a couple training opportunities coming up. My pepper spray instructor certification is running out at the end of this month. There is a class, I don't know if I'll get approved for lodging and per diem. It's in exotic Greene County, is where there's some training at, so I thought, well, we might as well jump on it since it's so close. Last one I went to was like Martinsville, so I've been real lucky. It is a 3-year instructor certification. As everything else, it was $250 3 years ago. It's $375 now. I would like to send myself and one other officer though.
And what was that training for again?
Pepper spray, OC
that's
spray
right.
instructor.
That's right.
I'd like to send 2 officers, and that would be a total of, what's that, $750.
Yeah, sounds right.
So, yeah, 375. Yeah. But at least somebody has to go. Or it would be good if somebody went.
I'll make a motion to approve the $750 training cost for sending 2 officers for the pepper spray training.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, and then there is another training at the end of this month, July 31st. It is a virtual Zoom training for $175. That covers our entire department. It's Zoom training. Anybody that wants to attend can. It is for, we're getting into this high-tech stuff. Like I said, one of the things I want to do was improve our ability to, our capabilities of getting into the 21st century and such. It is investigations on cell phones and particularly Snapchat, TikTok, and something else. Some of those things the kids use a lot, so that we can, a lot of that stuff is, it's training on how to investigate that stuff, and it's $175 basically for the department.
Okay.
Now you just had to get on Zoom and watch it.
Yeah, we just, you know,
You
so
do it right here?
you probably
That's-
would, yeah.
That's cool. But is it only one time?
Okay,
Do
I'll
they
second
have-
the motion.
Yeah, it's a one-time, and that is a one-time class. We just get the instruction on it. And,
I mean, do they all have to do it at the same time? or
yes,
is it-
everybody, I'm sorry, yes, that is correct. They all do have to do it at the same time. However, it's not like an instructor certification where we have to do it again. I'm sure there'll be improvements or whatever and updates, but it's not something that we have to do every 3 years or whatever.
Alright.
We have a motion and a second on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, and I think that's it. Anybody got
Okay.
anything for me?
No. About ready to move
Oh.
our, speed sign up on Hillside. If you wanna put it somewhere else for the time.
Down
being.
by, school's getting ready to start, so wanna move it to a different location on Hillside, or?
I was thinking the other day about putting it at least temporarily down at the substation thing facing the other direction.
Oh, coming in,
Because once it gets, like, school week, we always like to move it up close to the elementary for a week or so.
that'd be fine.
So that would get it out of the way for a little bit until we bring it back.
Okay, alright.
Oh, and then, one thing around, I've got, I talked to electricians about our light upstairs.
Yes,
the
Mr.
street
Livingston,
light,
yes.
But I would like to talk, and it is, just to change them over to LEDs is very inexpensive. I think it was in the, I wanna say, you shouldn't even say a number because I'll probably get it wrong, but I think it was in the $400 range. But I'd like to speak with you, with your experience with structural stuff on exactly why that happened and other things about the roof and,
Well, I know the roof's not leaking.
well, I don't think it's leaking either. I
No,
think it's
it's
condensation
condensation.
off the. off
There's
the
an
vents.
air duct, I think, that's
Exactly.
loose,
Mhm.
and me and Mr. Livingston talked about that in great
Okay.
detail the other day.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. I haven't been
Yeah.
up there, but I think that's,
It's
Well, that's
like,
what I think
it's
too.
like creating your perfect storm there.
yeah, so I think it needs to be re-insulated and put back together
Well-
and everything set up so that it doesn't.
It probably needs some sort of power fan upstairs, cause there's no air
Oh, that's probably
whatsoever.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just not.
Okay, you're already ahead of me on it?
So, yeah.
Okay, great, good stuff. We could, of course, these repairs, whatever we wanna do, replace everything or just change them over to LEDs, that will, obviously wait until after
Yeah, we get
we
that.
figure that portion. Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright. Sewer department.
Thank you. I wish I could tell you I was gonna have something that was gonna cost $29.80.
How many zeros
I'll tell
are
you
added
what,
on to that?
Brian, that'd be a
Just
first.
a couple.
That would be a first.
Nor do I have a lovely speech to give you tonight. So, I'm working with a short list tonight. But we'll start with the money. So our screen is broken and we need to have it looked at. And this is the first step to determine whether we can fix it or if we need to replace it. So it's over 20 years old, past its service life. Besides getting stuff wrapped up in it, it's worked fine for us. So they're incredibly difficult to work on, so what we'll have to do, and of course it's sitting 15 feet up in the air on a catwalk, we'll have to make a cut into the chute and then weld it back together after everything's taken out and make sure it works. So that's what this involved, and that what I've quoted comes out to $2,725. So a couple extra digits there.
Yeah. Sometimes I worry he puts even more zeros on there.
Well, if it has to be replaced, it will be a lot more zeros than that.
Yeah.
I know that much. I don't know exact numbers, but.
So that's a repair instead of a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was that again, 2975?
2725.
And I did talk about it over with Commonwealth, and they did talk about potentially having some money left over to use towards that if it happens.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there's contingency fee money that we may not use, so. All right.
I'll make a motion that we take
Yeah.
care of that.
All right, second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Maybe it'll help if I begin.
Fantastic. Cheryl, did you
Doing
see my
something.
email about getting the tax exempt and
Kick them while you're down is what all that'll.
But I don't think so, but I'll get it.
Okay, I emailed it to you on Friday,
It is.
Oh, okay.
so before.
I didn't get
forward.
through all my emails.
Yeah, that's
since
fine. I
Friday,
just
but
wanted to schedule them for this week
Okay.
at some point, but
We'll get it out.
Okay.
So can I hold on to it until we get it
yeah,
out?
that's fine. No more money today.
Okay.
More money to come though, so strap in. Construction's going well. They've poured the blower, or part of the new blower pad out by the lab. Still just taking off at it. That's the only thing they've been doing as of late. Had site inspector down at Commonwealth, he's been great, keeping an eye on stuff, so just figured I'd make you guys, make it known that everything's going okay on that front anyway.
Good.
I have 2 blowers down to the SBRs right now. I have
Yes.
3 total. One went down about a month ago, and I planned to leave it alone because those are getting replaced in a few months.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I had a second one go down over the weekend, so now I need to get one fixed, so I don't have all 3 of them go down at once.
Okay, yeah, because you have to have them, don't you?
So, I'm getting contractor to come out and take a look at it. Hopefully it's just a motor. They're really expensive by themselves. Blowers are even worse.
Sure.
So, and they're really good blowers, so, but, it will be expensive if we do have to buy a new motor, which is looking likely from what I've looked at. So,
Okay, all right.
unfortunately, and it sucks because we're about to get new blowers, but
Sure.
it is what it is at this point. It's
Well,
kind of my luck.
if we do put a new motor on it and we do get new blowers,
Could it be part of
can
that?
can we recoup that motor back to ourselves without just getting rid of it?
Yeah,
Yes,
and I'll have to look at what the new blowers we're getting are, and if I can make
Make the same
make
thing?
it
Work?
so that it can be
Either
used
way.
on the new ones. Like I think the new ones are supposed to be higher horsepower, so maybe I'll oversize the motor
Okay.
so I can match it.
Okay.
I'm not certain because I believe Aqua's supplying the blowers.
Okay.
But I'll have to check on that. And in an ideal world, we'll be able to keep that for when new stuff breaks.
Okay.
The only other thing is I wanted to bring the potential of increasing the spending threshold back up to talks.
Oh,
Definitely needs to be for him because
yeah, what is it now?
1,200.
1,200?
I think it's 15, but that's still low.
No, it's 1,200.
Is it? I think they changed it, but maybe everybody didn't get a copy of the new one. It's still low because you've been saying
Okay.
that, but I keep going and looking at the latest.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna talk to my department, our
want him to run it by you, but it doesn't have to be brought to a meeting and voted
Sure.
on as a liaison.
Let's just make it 3, and then if you get something that's towards that way, you give us a call, or let us know.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I can do
And
that.
that goes
And
for
we
still
don't
all
have to
all
wait
of you.
2 weeks.
Still is a lot of money, no matter
It
where
is,
it's
yeah,
coming
sure.
from.
Do we need a motion to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make the motion to increase the department head spending limit to $3,000.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Okay.
If I get anything close to 2, I'm calling you.
That's fine, yeah.
Here, Jackie, that's all right. Okay, all right, okay, with that said, all right, we're not here all the time, and there's sometimes that all of you have an emergency
Right.
or something, so, I mean, I know that you're not just gonna go out here and spend $3,000 without saying anything, so.
I tell you what I've gotten into at Napa and now the hardware store, I don't know what the deal is, but we'll go to buy something, and Scott can tell you, and they'll say, you've reached your limit. I'm like, what?
We've never heard of that.
What?
That's funny, they
That's
never.
happened.
The hardware store's fixed, they upped it.
That's happened to us.
A couple times.
Like a limit of like your account that's pending?
At a time or just?
Monthly, until you get paid.
Okay.
It's not,
It's been
like,
up.
we're paying them on time, right?
Yeah.
I was just talking to my friend who works
Yeah.
for IFD, and it says like sometimes Lowe's will cut them off because the city
It's
doesn't
not
pay,
it's
but
not a
I did
town problem. It's
not
a-
think we weren't doing that.
them problem, not the
Interesting,
town.
okay.
We're
Do we
doing
know
it.
what their limit is?
Scott, what is the limit?
At hardware's 2,000 now.
And it was 1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's all 3 of them go together.
Yeah, how'd you figure
Exactly,
that out?
that's what we
one
got
reason.
into Napa, anytime that the fire department would
Yeah.
have to do maintenance on
Oh,
their trucks.
wow, yeah, that blows you out of the water,
That
yeah.
would kill us for getting.
Would it be possible to have those accounts separated?
Well, they do separate
They
it,
were,
but
and it was
but for the town of
mess.
Spencer, they still say the same thing. It's still out because money's all coming from us, but it's stupid for them to do that anyway. Talk to Paul about that, Chris.
Well, it sounds like they upped theirs, but
I
not
mean, we
at,
pay
I piggyback off of theirs, so for most everything.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so is the problem mostly going away now, or is it
They've
still?
been good about, I mean, they've never turned us down.
Okay.
But they have to make a phone call and
That's
get
just because
special
they're small.
permission to.
Sure.
I mean, they're not gonna,
Let
and it
us
probably
spend
is their
over our
registers are set that way for everybody.
Yeah.
They don't wanna, yeah.
Okay.
I've never run into the limit, but I've
So-
certainly probably gotten close personally at the hardware store before, so I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing,
It
so.
never happened to us until this year. So
Yeah,
I don't know if
okay.
Places have changed.
Also, last week, me, Ryan, Richard, I don't know who all, there was a whole bunch, Drew, Brady from Commonwealth, had our meeting with IBM
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and on the agreed order and everything. And we are working towards a resolution.
I saw that they were going,
Yes.
did you feel confident about it?
Yeah,
Because they were following the law, the rules, and it.
yeah,
just
well, and I also
outrageous.
informed Nadia, unfortunately, everybody that we talked to from IBM, the longest tenured person in the room was 5 years. So they have no history
Yeah.
here at all.
So they're just saying this is what
Yeah,
it
this is
is.
the
Like,
rules and here
like
it
they
is.
work for
Yeah. And I,
the local
For what?
hardware store.
I mean, it's their.
we had the flood
Mm-hmm.
because of the overflow and because of broke machinery and everything. Of course, they come down, done an inspection and caught us at a really bad time. And it's just the way it worked out. And there's a pretty hefty fine stuck on it, which we've never had before. And I informed Nadia, I said, I've been at this since 2008. I said, this isn't the first time that you guys done this to us. And I said, the last time, and I said, you don't know who these people are. I said, the inspector retired, we could not get a hold of him. He would not answer his phone. The new guy coming and done the inspection and then just run everything by the book. And I said, we'd had the same inspector for 27 years. And here we was holding the bag. So anyway, we had a really good meeting with him though, and I think, I know that Brady and Drew's working on some stuff. He's got some stuff to do, so I think we'll get everything resolved, so,
They're putting together a red line version that I didn't want by Friday, so.
Yeah.
so.
Wasn't there a possibility of lowering the fine by 20%?
I think that was already on the table, cause that's a standard,
I
but I
think
think the
there's-
red line discussion is to, like, strike certain items
Yeah,
from
I think,
what we
I think
hit
there's
on in
with some
the
talk,
first
we
place.
get it weighed
Was
in.
my understanding of that, is that correct?
Yes.
To your understanding, okay.
I mean, the way we have
I was
our weather
hoping they
here,
would
plus we're working
move
on
the
Project
period
Prep.
down to 6
That
months.
project takes
Like,
But
why
it
are
doesn't
you
seem like they want
finding
to
us
budge
when
on
we're
that.
literally already
Not at
fixing
all.
it? You're like, this, there was a problem, great.
It is what it is.
Like,
I
we're
personally
already-
believe you'll be
Yeah.
hard
You're gonna
stretched to
penalize
find
us to
any
be
plant
able to
that can
fix
run
it
perfectly
by
for 12
taking
months,
it.
but.
It's just kicking
you know,
someone
it
in
is
their
what it
down.
is.
Sure,
And we'll
well,
make it work.
and
So we'll see what
and I
happens.
told Donnie, I said, when we had the flood, I said, we had manholes that was completely covered up, and I said, we could not discharge anything, we had to call the school, we called businesses, we put a thing out on Facebook about, don't use any water if you absolutely don't have to, and, it was just a really bad time, and it just didn't work out very well.
And unfortunately, if it does happen again, a flood of that proportions, while we're under the agreed order, I'll have to put in adjustment paperwork in that 12-month period. We'll
Sure,
just start, no matter what can be done or can't be done about
Sure,
it.
yeah.
So,
They even said
Not
if
that
everybody
I-
was as proactive as we were, their job would be a lot easier.
Yeah, so they didn't seem
Too bad, yeah.
aggressive in that sense, but
Yeah.
it was interesting.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
How's baby?
Good.
Good.
My mother's down helping us take care right now. Kaylee's back at work.
Okay, good, good.
She's moving to a different position. She's gonna be working with the Alliance, next week starting.
Oh, awesome, awesome. All right, thank you. Street Department.
Thank you, sir. Fair week, everything went smooth, we didn't have any damage, vandalism.
Good. Oh, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My part-timer is working out great, he is off this week and next week for his, National Guard 2-week
Oh,
something
okay.
thing, but he's working out really good, we like him. Colleen Minnemeyer, she's doing a great job, especially Fair Week of keeping that restroom clean and
It's
open.
gonna-
It's used a lot,
It's
don't it?
gonna go to the homemakers.
Yeah, did you guys see the
Yes.
email
Yes, I
forwarded?
did.
Yeah. I spoke with Colleen and like, I didn't want to take that away from her, if she was wanting the hours or something, she was like, no, like.
She's already asked me. and
But I think
we've
she'll still
already
keep an
been
eye on
talking
it some
about
too as well. Sorry, I
No,
interrupted.
you're fine.
Okay.
She's, because it alerts on my phone anytime somebody goes in that utility room, but she is in there
She is
two
an amazing
times-
person, I gotta
two
say
times
that.
a day cleaning.
Yeah.
For
She's
free,
got her little
for the most part.
cart. The tree on Hillside, Maine, you probably,
Yes.
at least you two.
I see
probably-
it from my kitchen, I'm washing dishes and I'm watching it
We got
happen.
a thank you from Chris.
Good.
It's gone,
Yeah.
no more headaches there. Parking meters, I had Cheryl order caps for the post,
Let me
we
bring
were
it back
waiting
right
on
here.
them. They are here now, so this week we'll start yanking them. And there's caps that go on the.
So the post will still be at waist height-ish?
Yes,
Okay.
you or Cheryl or John or somebody said that a lot of elderly people like to use that to
Mhm.
step up on there, so this is just a cap that'll sit down on top of that post until we make more.
Make a different decision on it from there.
It'll keep kids from throwing stuff.
Yeah,
at
that
them,
too.
Yeah.
Some people just really want to put some coins in there, just fill
Bottle
it up.
rockets, launch it.
That'd be great, that'd be
That's a
great.
good
That could be kind of fun.
Other
I mean-
yacht, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so nice and
that's
simple, all right.
Just the caps.
So you wanna get your hand cut?
Mhm.
The ones I've tried,
What's that cost a piece?
Oh, 17
I
cents,
bought-
28 cents?
Not gonna run you up at the hardware store too much?
no, because the hardware store had them, but
Mhm.
Amazon had them
They're so
for
cheap.
about a fifth of the price.
Yeah.
So I bought one at the hardware store to try it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that exact same size we ordered off Amazon.
Okay.
It was a couple $100 for.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not
we
too bad.
needed 200 of them.
That, hopefully that,
That many.
put your cat
There's,
back.
there's a lot
You want
of
it?
posts.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Some of them we will, for instance, in between Spencer Ford and Circle K, there's some in that grass there.
Yeah, take them out.
We can yank.
Yeah, if
them.
it's just in
The
grass,
ones that
It's
are
not a-
along south of the library, you can get rid of those too.
What
Well,
about
and
the
especially
one-
if there's not a spot where there's the curb, where we're kind of leaving them for a secondary purpose.
But,
If it makes sense to get rid of it,
right. But for the time being, anyway, we're gonna go through, cause
that's a job.
it'll be a job. There's 200 and something meters that we have to
Mhm.
pluck off and empty chains but that'll be happening here before our next meeting. That should be done.
Great, thank you.
The back to school expo thing is this Saturday. They called me and asked if we could take, their words, something big and yellow for the touch a truck thing out front. So, I haven't begged Scotty yet, but
What does that mean? What are you doing?
what's what?
Have you heard of a
Something
touch a
big
truck?
and
They're taking a service truck out.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
What I'd like to do is take
Oh, touch a
our
truck.
new backhoe out there, just,
Oh,
they
okay.
have fire trucks, police
Gotcha.
cars, just stuff for kids to look
Okay.
at is all it is. I'm gonna be tied up on the inside helping, so I was hoping maybe I could get some help. But one of us will volunteer our time if you guys would allow us to take that new backhoe out there and park it in their parking lot that morning.
Sure,
Go run
why
it.
not?
Yeah.
A little community
Don't
effort
leave
never
the
hurts.
keys.
Yeah, kids like it. Okay, next, the Community Crossings matching grant that is due in September. If you want me to proceed with trying to get that done in September, or you wanna wait till the next one, that's up to you. But the next streets I would like to do, North Main from the highway to Hillside, South Main basically from Napa to Cooper Street, DeMarcus, Circle Drive up off of Rocky Hill, that's been a Pazer 2, I think, for the last 10 years. It's just a little section, but, Bob Babs Drive,
So quiet.
we need to get it done, it's starting to fall apart. And then Middle Street from Hillside to Morgan, that's about the last north-south street over here that we haven't done. Just rough numbers, I have to put this all on their form and turn it into Richard, but rough numbers on that, was about $184,584 with the town's 20% match at $37,000. So
Is there a reason to wait for the next phase?
I think you
it's
better do it soon, because I think they're changing the match again.
The only
We got
reason
something in the mail,
that
or
I can have my part done by next month.
Okay.
So the only reason, I'm not for sure how long it takes Richard and Tiffany to do I do a little part, they have to do the big
Right.
part of plugging it all in, and so I'm gonna get that to them, and
I would say
This would
move
be-
forward with it.
Yeah, that's what, is there an advantage to waiting for later?
no,
There's
Oh,
not.
then yeah, let's-
other than,
let's go.
other than
Yeah.
give them a,
They'll charge us an extra, $360 if we
Yeah.
wait too long.
I'm not sure
So-
that's maybe gone up from 20 to 30. We just got something in last week's email.
I don't, if there's more, but driving around town and looking at our Pazer list, that's the main thing. We're in pretty good shape. I mean, we're down to now, I'm getting streets, Bob Babs and Circle Drive streets that we've put off to.
Yeah, I would say move on. with it.
Yeah, I don't see any reason
In there.
to hold.
And then if there's, in the next week or two, if any of you three can think of any other streets you'd like to see added, or any of that list that you're like, no, let's not do, get with me and let me know. The last thing I have, the biggie, is the towns, Colorado, that I drive. It broke down on me again last week. It's all been electrical stuff. This was a fuel pump, driver, module. Everything that's happened though has been covered under warranty for it, which got wheels turning. The warranty on that truck expires this winter. Our 3 years warranty's up. Which prompted me just to make a phone call, just out of curiosity, to see what it was worth trading. We paid right around $31,000 for that truck 2.5 years ago. Both places I've checked with have offered me $27,000 trade-in. Like John said, they must be hard up trucks. For trucks.
Mm-hmm. What's a new one cost though?
All right. With the problems I've had with that,
Mhm.
I've been looking at Ford Rangers. Ford Rangers are a more expensive truck. Long story short, the basic XL version of a Ranger is roughly $40,000. Out the door total trade-in price, and I've got from two different companies. One's $10,000, one's $10,880. So $10,000 to start off a whole new warranty on a new truck. Or if you look at it the other way, we spent 31 on that truck plus 10 is 40, because that's what we're
That's
spending.
the price of a new truck.
41, which is the price of a new truck, so we're
Mm-hmm.
breaking even doing it that way. I like that truck, and Scott will tell you, I like to get the most that I can out of every piece of equipment, so it's not like I'm just trading it off.
Is that a warranty of your electrical lead?
It's
Starting out a main fuse box melted in it?
Yeah.
one thing after another, and it just got me thinking, and I checked, and I was really shocked that that is worth $27,000 to.
That is pretty surprising.
But that's what they offered, so I wanted to present that to you guys.
Have you heard if like on the newer makes of the same Colorado, if that's a cheaper truck, if they've fixed any of those issues, or is it an ongoing thing with those?
Get rid of the Chevy
It's the same engine
Okay.
that's in these.
So I know sometimes, I don't follow
I don't
that a whole lot, but I know sometimes
about
they
them. They're 2.7
make significant changes from one year to the next, but.
2.7 turbo Mac, I don't know.
What
It's all
year is that? I
computers.
can't remember. What year is that?
This one,
Colorado.
mine,
Yeah.
it's a 24.
24.
Yes.
So it's like a year old, 2 years old.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2.5 years old.
And then
3
that's
years
not
will be
old.
this winter will be 3 years, and that's the end of the warranty. So it's entirely up to you guys.
I think we'll have over 10 repairs in the next few years after warranty.
After hearing the
Get
numbers,
an extended warranty.
I thought the taxpayers, it was a good deal, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. Extended warranties, that's entirely up to you guys.
I didn't know what it was, what an extended warranty, what they did and what they cost.
Yeah, we've never
Never.
before gotten, now my wife's brand new car, I got 100,000 mile, the most I could get, because I don't like crawling underneath them.
If you do an extended warranty, you won't get as much out of it when you do go to trade it. So there's that.
Right, I've heard nothing but good things on these new style Rangers. I don't know.
What's your mileage, just out of curiosity?
On this truck.
Oh, yeah, not the one you plan on buying.
Well,
When you plan on-
11,000, just shy of 12,000, 11,100 and something.
Gosh.
3 years, and that's why I think it's offering so much, is because even they've all said, wow, you don't drive that very much. I'm like, well, I do, it's just in town and 2 miles to my house. That's up to you guys. Here's Hobson's in Bedford. I like this one a little better. It's a little bit cheaper. That's Bloomington Ford. They're the ones who's offered the most. And we can jump on the deal, we can table it, we can throw it out. You're not gonna hurt my feelings either way. I just wanted to
Ford is here.
bring it up.
That's our general fund, and that's what we pay everything out of, so. I mean, we can afford everything today.
Yeah, we haven't made any this year. I don't think we bought any major equipment or any.
Do you have a list of what you want for next year? Because I'm starting to work on the budget. We could throw that in with the budget.
I have a list of what I wanted for this year, and I don't know a budget, I don't know how much
Well-
we have. So I
Well,
was.
you give me the list and we'll tell you how much we
I
have.
did last year. I give you the
Okay.
5-year
Right.
plan
Well,
every
we,
time, and it falls
update it
into
for
that.
me, please, and I'll go ahead and put that in so we can look at our
Okay,
Yeah.
new equipment. That's for everybody.
can we
New equipment.
make a vote on this, our next meeting?
We can, I'm not gonna say that they will have that truck in that deal. The this is what they worked on for me.
If he wants to get it,
In
that's
the
fine.
last,
It's,
I don't-
there's only so many dollars, something else may
Okay.
not be purchased.
Well, if that's the case then,
I mean, like I said, you won't hurt my feelings if you
Okay.
say,
Yeah.
heck no, throw it out.
but I also I don't want that truck to have an electrical issue and burn up the parking lot though either.
Well, it'd be okay till this winter when the
It would be then in January when it's
winter.
done.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you know.
I would go with that community Ford one. Don't you think? I mean, if they're willing to pay you that much money on that truck.
What's the bottom line on the other one?
It's,
Oh, it's real similar.
Everything,
This
they're
one's
almost
white,
like
this one's black.
$800 more expensive
Yeah.
down south. And if it matters to you, the community guy said he would come here and sign
Is
the
the
paper.
community guy our person? I mean, where is community?
Over.
It is all, yeah.
Oh.
community forward.
Walnut.
Okay, where they all are.
But they will, he will come here like they do.
Yeah. So, can you two, you probably don't have much in the way of equipment because most.
I got a bunch of equipment.
But you know what I mean, that's outside of that project, can you make a list of what you think you might need and you two, and get those to me so we can put it into the budget, I'm working on that now.
again, that trade-in's kind of wild.
Equipment for next year.
But, Mike, if you want to
Hopefully
truck,
not.
use pickup truck?
Pardon?
Hopefully nothing for me. Sure.
Terrible.
Put something in there anyway.
Yeah, I looked at a new one, it's $91,000.
Yours is
I
a
know of
budget,
people who, yeah,
Because-
Scott, he might be one of them who
but it is nice to
are
know in
getting more
advance.
money than what they paid for it 2
Still on
years
my
ago.
2014 F-150.
Should we make a motion, leave it up to him which one?
I would feel comfortable with that community Ford one.
If I had to pick between them two, I would pick
Okay.
the community Ford one. And it's $800 cheaper, but that's,
Well, I'll make a motion then to allow Tony to trade in his current Colorado truck for the Ford Ranger from Community Ford, and Cheryl will take care of the
Okay.
difference.
Okay, so how much was it?
So the balance due is 10,
Okay, oh, even.
so after
Okay.
that,
and he guaranteed me it's
Okay,
$10,000
so you'll just
out the
arrange
door.
to have them come over here and we'll do the sale here at this table? Okay, great.
Wow.
It might
I
be,
know a lot of them do that.
if he's picky, I haven't talked to him, it might be us going to the Ford lot here in town. But
Okay, that's fine,
I'm gonna get him to come to Spencer.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so there you are.
Pardon?
second,
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, here it goes.
Thank you, gentlemen, if I could get, they want a signature on the bottom of that.
Hey, Tony, why did you guys decide about picking up branches around town?
It's, I mean, we just
It is
do it.
getting crazy.
We do it,
Oh, okay.
we do it every day.
I
It's-
saw people dragging out
it's-
trees and on the
It,
Central.
it very
It
much is
bad.
out of hand. And that's why I kinda asked you guys if you had any ideas or know how other communities.
Should I be the guest?
Well, is there something we can tap on the sewer fees to,
We've been talking about that.
We've been
for
talking
years
about
and
it
years
almost as
and
long as we've been
years.
talking about that burned out building.
are there particular properties that are
No,
doing
I
too
mean,
much? It's just everyone has
Everybody has a
something
lot
all
of
the time?
trees and branches.
Yeah.
There's that group of people, we all know to check their house, but it's just, like I told,
They call.
I told John, or maybe it was you guys, we literally, I'm sending 2 guys in a dump truck and a backhoe, literally 2.5, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Half of the working schedule, or
Is
our
picking
weekly
up.
working schedule
It sounds like a new business, 2 guys in a dump truck.
Okay, I know that.
is picking up brush.
Well, and I know I have seen several places, especially on this end of town where I live. I've had neighbors that have had like half trees fall in their yard. Well, I mean, that's a pickup, that's a load.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
And,
and they
you know,
just stack it all out there for us.
Alan with his
Yeah.
pine tree, him and Maryland and everything, and they had more stuff out there today. So it is a little crazy.
It's a good service, it's a great service for the community, it's appreciated, but we've been doing it long enough now that people are starting to expect it and abuse it. And, yeah, drag it out here, the street department will
Yeah.
maximum amount.
Where my
Well,
daughters
you know,
live,
that might
Yeah,
not be a bad
yeah,
idea,
that's-
Scott.
Orange, yellow totes or whatever.
And
You know, pick
so
that
just
out.
that week they'd have it. That would be great because
You don't miss.
people don't know.
Right.
I had that problem. I bought a tote just so I
Yeah.
could, yeah.
Like grass piles, if it's not in the tote.
Want us to look into those and then we can
Where it
figure out,
actually-
sell
Yeah,
them?
I think so, yeah.
I think we'll still, and that's a great idea, but I think we'll still get, well, like you said, them dragging the tree that fell in their backyard
Out
out to the curb.
We'll
yes,
have to
yeah.
start saying something
But-
on our
Yeah,
Facebook and
The
stuff.
house to
that-
the west of me,
It's
they've
a
been,
start.
I guess somebody's moving in and they've been clearing out and they made a big pile.
I seen that today.
Yeah.
Did you see on Central?
Are people
on
putting
right-
grass
right
clippings
across
down
from
and
the
stuff?
Chevy-
Oh, sure, oh,
I
yeah.
only ever put out like branches
Right
and
across
stuff,
from the
or
Chevy
like bushes.
dealership, I saw some.
Grass
really
clipping
big
seems a little
tree-
excessive.
Tree branches, it's
We had
supposed to
talked
be
about
this
like-
afternoon, I think, yeah,
Yeah,
so
well, I don't-
we'll see
I
it
don't
tomorrow.
think I was by
Ordinance
there.
updates.
Yes,
And maybe doing a stormwater division where
Uh-huh.
we pull money into, for stormwater infrastructure, it could go into something like that.
We've been
as well.
talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know
If
why
that
we haven't gotten
comes
it
back.
forward.
I think we're waiting on something from Richard.
I think so too.
Okay. Did you have anything else?
I do not. Do you guys have anything else
I don't.
for me?
The only thing that I have is for two of you, not you, Ron. Okay. I got a call from Sharon Close. Okay?
Just one?
Yeah, it was on my answer machine, it's still there. And I'm gonna talk to Tiffany tomorrow, cause I'm gonna get legal descriptions of each piece of property in the town alley. And she started off and I cut her off. So that way you guys know too, okay, if you get any flack. I said, Sharon, I said, here's the deal. I said, we're not in the business of a legal dispute between two landowners. I said, the alley belongs to the town. I said, if you guys can't, I said, we're gonna have a meeting. I said, it's gonna be you and the owner of the bakery and Chief Sips and me and possibly the realtor. I said, it's gonna be a one-sided conversation because I'm gonna do all the talking. I said, if you guys can't get it figured out, I'm gonna put a concrete barrier on both ends of the alley. And I said, nobody will get to use it.
Yeah. I mean, it's very obviously a platted alley on our maps, and I met with both of them ladies and showed them exactly where
What's
property
the,
lines are.
Okay,
what's the
here's,
issue?
okay, well, here's Sharon's business. That's the triangle here, Vandalia, okay?
Yeah.
And the bakery's right here, and there's an alley that runs between them.
Mhm.
Well, this piece over here belongs to Sharon too, it's a concrete pad, she had signs made. Well, it was just wide enough that there was, could pull a car between them. And so there was customers parking there, they park in the alley. But here's the thing, I don't know how long Miss Close has had the business, but I've lived here 47 years, and I have never seen her parking lot have more than 3 cars in it.
I haven't either. I mean, I
She
don't see it.
uses the one that you're talking
Uh-huh.
about is where her employees park, that side lot.
Can they not park up here?
They can, I mean, but I'm just telling you, that's where her employees park, and that's her thing.
Well, anyway, I told her that, I said, as soon as I got paperwork, I'd be giving her a call, I'm gonna have a meeting with them, so we can, cause
Well, there is one person, a realtor, who is responsible for that whole mess. because he
I know.
doesn't Tell
I know,
the people what they was renting. He's like, oh yeah, you can use it all.
yeah, so, anyway.
Hmm.
Is that his son, is that Tilden's son?
It's
Well,
still,
Keith, I mean,
Yeah.
Keith, okay.
So, anyway, I just wanna bring you guys up to snuff. This is like the 3rd or 4th time, and they cannot get along.
they are gonna go to blows out there in that alley.
I
I
can
mean,
see
it's gonna
that,
be-
I mean, I can see that.
Oh, sure, yeah. So anyway, okay. So, Chief, I will need your assistance one day when I get all the paperwork ready.
All right.
All right, Parks Board. Anything?
Well, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook or whatever, but the chamber, pushed the stuff, so we were applying they were applying for the Lilly grant for
Yes.
some stuff down there. Did not get the full ask, but Marcy came home with $1 million.
That's what I heard.
So, You know, we had all those, you know, concept
Different
drawings and
places,
stuff,
yeah.
so it's significantly less than kind of the big picture,
Right.
but looks like we'll hopefully be able to move forward with the kind of arts pavilion area thing and some other stuff. And she's determined to raise another half. If anyone can do it, she can.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good start, I thought, the
Yeah.
that she had up there on her
so it's
website
amazing what we got. A
looked
little bummed that we didn't, you know,
good. Yeah.
full us, but
million.
she said we got the second
You know,
most
we
out
get
of
a million
any.
now we're saying, can we get more?
Sure, you know, that's how it works, you know, especially with the grant. But we got the second highest grant awarded in the region. So, you know, hats off to her. She worked really hard on that, and we're gonna see some improvements down there.
I wanna make sure that we keep
Nice.
moving forward on that lady that came in and talked about the canopy of trees. If
yes.
we get together for a meeting, she wants
Yeah,
to
we
be
have
at
not
the
had a
meeting.
park meeting since that
Yeah,
one, so
but you
we'll,
need to plan on doing something so we can get her involved in it.
yeah.
If you forget about it, then she's not gonna help us.
Alright,
Make an
And
extra.
I would keep, in
Thank
addition
you,
to the
Evan.
park, bring in Covenant, since she's a big tree lover.
Yes.
And has lots of ideas,
That's still her information over there on the table, isn't it?
yes.
Evan, do you know what they're planning to do for floodplain mitigation on that?
For the new
Oh,
stuff down at the park.
Yeah,
You mean for like porous material for water to sink in? Is that what you mean by floodplain
that
mitigation?
could be one thing to do. I just
it all
wondered.
has to be within for the,
Yeah, that'd be a question for the engineer.
Yeah,
I don't know the
I-
specifics on
I
that,
was-
but yeah, I mean,
I
nothing can go in there without the consideration of that park does flood. You know, same thing with the pickleball courts and the bathrooms, so.
I just seen some comments on Facebook.
Oh, of
I
course.
was just
yeah.
wondering.
always.
Yeah.
Well, now it's flop cameras.
Yeah, I saw that, that was on one of the chatters today, people
I
are.
spent 25 minutes today explaining to a person that the little round thing on top of streetlights is a photo cell and not an antenna sending information and pictures to the government.
Yeah, there's other stuff that does that.
Oh, that was what it was.
Do what?
I said, it's probably the same person I told that's one of them.
You're a lot of help, Gary. You're a lot of help.
I mean, it was, yes, they was.
So when people are shooting out our street lights, I'll come talk to you for the bill.
Have you heard what all they're doing to the flock cameras in Terre Haute though?
Oh, yeah, they're tearing them
Vandalizing,
down.
tearing them down?
Yeah, Terre Haute's taking
Shooting
it
them
down
out.
supposedly, but
I'm not real thrilled with them, but that's okay. I would walk up behind it with the sawzall and cut it off the ground if I could. Anyway,
It's a complicated issue.
it is. All right, planning and zoning and redevelopment. Anything at all?
No.
Don't have
think so.
nothing? Okay. All right. Fire territory, they're having their meeting tonight, so I'm not there, so I don't know what's going on. I do
Well, why can't
know,
you do
I
places
do
at once?
know, Cheryl, have you, Lee been working with the budget with you?
No, what's his name sent me a message, Chris, that Lee and somebody is working on
Well,
the
they've got a
budget.
proposed budget here,
He said he would tell them to send it to me,
yeah,
and they haven't yet, I just
It's
got that
like-
email today.
642,000,
You, well, you
I-
know
I
what,
know.
once they spend it all,
I know,
I guess have to sell their trucks to get there, I don't know,
but that's what the budget estimate is right now, so.
okay.
Okay, so I will find, if I find out any more information, I'll send it on to you.
I'm working on it now anyway, so
Okay.
I'll make sure, I've been giving it to Chris alone, to let Chris disseminate, but I'll copy you on it. Every once in a while, I'll copy you whenever I give things to Chris, just so he knows that I'm keeping our board.
All right. Richard's not here, so we don't have any attorney comments. Anything from you, Cheryl?
No.
Okay. Any old business that you think
The
of?
things I had written down were already discussed.
Okay, new business?
Has anyone received any complaints about a blue house up on Hillside that when you drive past it, gives you a blast of like really, really high pitched noise?
Blue House on
What?
Hillside.
There's a blue house on Hillside that when you drive past it,
About
going either
where?
way on Hillside,
Have
there's
you-
some noise.
Have you
comes
heard
in.
it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Is that the one right across from the school?
No, it's further to the west. every time you pass by it, it
That's
sends a really shrill, high-pitched noise and then does it again.
This side of like ours,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the address, but it's a couple streets to
Okay.
the west of the elementary.
I've not heard that.
I don't know if it's, I mean, it might be too high-pitched for,
Us old people,
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
that's-
'Cause I haven't heard it either.
There it is, there it is.
if you drive
That sounds like a
across
you
the
problem
for
than to
it.
me.
Yeah, okay. All
Huh.
right. Okay, I'll go check it out though. Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Just
Any
'cause you
other-
can hear a dog whistle, don't mean everything.
Yeah.
Hey, if this was me, I'll deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
have you heard people complain about it, or is it just
No,
something
no,
you've
it's
noticed?
it's just you.
I go on Hillside very often,
Yeah.
and it, every time, and it's
You'll have
very
to go with
annoying.
him
And
because
I don't know
it
the
is.
legality of it either, cause it seems like to blast cars passing
That's
by
really
with
weird.
high-pitched noise seems like.
I don't get on
I have no
that side
idea.
very often.
Thank you, Doug. I'll go by and take a look. We did get a really nice thank you card
Yeah.
from the Boys and Girls Club, board directors, and they all signed it for our contribution. And then there's a client appreciation dinner, 29th of September at French Lick Hotel
Thank you guys were all
for
invited.
us to go to for Commonwealth. So if you wanna go.
Looks like it might be black tie, just the way that
Yeah,
invitation's going.
yeah, it's,
Looks pretty
we-
fancy.
It's pretty nice, so. All right. If there's any public comments? No? Okay. I'll make a motion that we
Aye.
adjourn. Okay.
What did you say?
Aye.
I just said aye before we could